Well, I've owned my X-star for approximately 1 year. Today is July 4th, 2017. I ordered my X-star on Prime Day last year, which I believe was July 11th, which we have that coming back around. And it's been fun. You've seen my previous videos where I've replaced the shell, props, things of that nature. The new shell, since I have started to check the bird every flight, see the tighten all the screws and just make sure it's in generally good condition before each flight, has improved my process as far as the bird goes. I've had a few other crashes here and there, which is just, replacing blades and such. It's still my original camera, and you can still see, if that thing would focus in, there's still all kinds of dirt in there, but it still takes great pictures, great video. No worries there. I have been very pleased with the ruggedness, I will say, of this particular drone. I will say one thing. I don't know if you can see my camera attachment right there. Come on, focus in, focus in, focus in, right there. It's having a hard time focusing on it. It wants to focus on my face. That's okay. One little tab there is broke. Still hasn't affected it yet, to my knowledge. I haven't seen any issues with it as of yet. Go ahead and sit it back here. I do put a very, very tiny dab of WD-40 in each one of the motor shafts every so often. Batteries. I have a total of 5 batteries now. This being my oldest battery, still giving me 20-minute flight times. Every 20 or so charges, I'll take them down to 10%-ish. Let them sit for a little while. I fly not every day, but on the weekends when the weather's nice, I do quite a bit. No issues with the controller. It's worked flawlessly for me. Antenna position is just, well, out here in the middle of nowhere, I have no real issues with drop signal. I take it to close to a mile regularly without any issues. The only battery I've ever had a problem with is my number 2, the second battery I got, with the instant drop of capacity from 30-40% down to 10-15%, and then it goes into auto land. Thankfully, it was close enough to where I could bring it back and land it safely. But after I took it down to the 8-10% range and then left it sit for a day or so and then fully charged it, had no problems after that. But anyhow, as far as any of the other batteries, Flying Cottontails with the white ones, when they came on sale for $79, how are you supposed to turn that guy down? So now I can fly with 1 charger and 5 batteries almost continually. No issues I've ever had with the charger. Charges the batteries just fine. And yeah, a few of the other upgrades that I have done here in the past is, I got the ND filters. I would suggest getting these because these up your game a little bit as far as your photography skills. The gimbal guard, the updated one, this one does not hold the camera with the different filters. And then as far as everything else I carry with me, of course, the strap. I very rarely use this, but it's nice to have just in case. There have been a few instances where I've needed it. I keep, of course, the little selection of tools, which I still have yet to use any of this stuff. And then a little bag of tricks with a couple of extra grommets, the compass shield, maybe a screw or two, and then of course the wrench. Keep one of these guys handy. And my kids and my wife are awful. right when I start recording, they can never shut up. Just blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, next thing that I keep in my case with me at all times. The device that I use for my display, I actually carry 3. Galaxy Tab A. Okay, this isn't the best performing tablet on the market, but it works fairly well. It's fairly light, and it wasn't too awful expensive. I want to think that this was right around $150, $200, something like that. I don't honestly remember. But I have it set up with, of course, the Starlink app and then Facebook and all that good stuff, so you can share pictures pretty quickly. Droid Turbo, the first Turbo. It's got a cracked screen, but it works perfectly. To leave it off, leave it in the case. It has an excellent battery life. It's not as big as I would like it, not as big as my Tab A, but still works very well, and I don't have any issues with this guy. The other thing is, the other device that I carry is my daily driver phone, Droid Turbo 2. It also works flawlessly with the app. I haven't had any issues with it. Speed, on the other hand, its latency with the video feed is a little less than the Tab A, but I have so many things on it, Facebook, Twitter, all the apps that I have running on that phone just to stay connected. Slows it down a bit. So my very first go-to is the first Droid Turbo, since there's nothing on it to slow it down. No SIM card, so no problems there. No phone calls that are going to interrupt you or anything like that, which is the same for the Tab. I can't get any phone calls on this guy. Do get a ton of emails though, which show up on this guy. They can interrupt the flight or interrupt the recording, things of that nature. And the next thing is all my extra props. My banged up ones that I use, they're for backups, and then my carbon fibers, I keep them on me for backups. I still haven't balanced them. I made a little balancer and tried to balance them, but then of course all my registration paperwork. I am a Part 107 certificate holder, license holder. So when I'm doing anything commercially, which I do, I always have that on me for proof. As far as business goes, I have started a business with it. It's just something I have just to play around with. So if I'm ever doing something that I'm doing for cash, I do have somewhat of protection through a company. Let's see, what else do I carry? I carry this little USB adapter, and then this little guy. This allows me to plug my microphone in to this, and then I plug this into my cell phone, and then I can use my lav mics to record audio for the videos that I'm recording if I ever need to. Haven't seen a need for it yet, because all you can really hear is the prop wash from this guy. So, but I keep it handy. Next thing, binoculars. This is good if you need to determine the distance of something away, or if you need to put your eyeballs on your drone when you're flying it out just outside your line of sight. You can actually see the orange drone a pretty good distance away. A mile is pushing it. A mile is pushing it for your vision. So it's good to have a set of small binoculars in your case so that you can put your eyeballs on the drone. Okay, that's very important. That's part of the rules. And then as far as that goes, that is pretty much everything I carry in my case. As far as final thoughts on an Autel, I've looked at pretty much every other drone in this size, I'm going to say, which there's really not too many. Pretty much your only other option would be the 3DR, which I think has been discontinued, which those things are, I've never seen one fly, but I've heard a lot of good things about them. The DJI Phantom 3, Phantom 4, Phantom 4 Pro, I've heard as many good things as bad on them. My experience with my X-star has been great. I haven't had any huge issues. I haven't had any issues that weren't caused by me. I caused all the issues, you know, crashing, all that good stuff. Just doing things, trying to improve my skills as far as being a pilot. Now I'm starting to improve my skills as far as photography, which this video doesn't look that great. I'm learning still. If you're looking to get one of these guys, definitely. I do have a friend that has a Phantom 4 Pro, and he got it because of all the extra sensors to keep it from hitting things. That's not a guarantee. He learned the hard way that's not a guarantee. They're slightly more expensive, a couple $100 more than the Autel. I think what the Autel's going for $750, $800 today, somewhere in that price range. The Phantom 4 Pro, I want to say, is in the $1,000, $1,100 range right now as of today. I was just looking at it earlier, as a matter of fact. But dollar for dollar, you can't really go wrong with the Autel. I'm thinking of, for my next drone, I'm thinking of the Unique Typhoon H and the H520, but it's another one of those things. I like the H520. They have decided to color orange, a lot like the Autel, because of your vision, what you're able to see. The other ones that I have actually flown was the Unique Q500, which compared to mine was amazingly quiet. The things that I didn't like about it were it didn't give you a real battery percentage or real time. The camera was okay, I guess. It was the 4K model with the CG03 camera, I think it is. It was much quieter, but not as stable. I don't know. It was really hard to compare because it was so much bigger. I'm saying it's about 1.5 times bigger than the Autel, and about the same from Phantom 3, Phantom 4, because this is in the same size form factor as a Phantom 3, Phantom 4. I have seen the Inspire 1 and 2 version 1 and version 2 in the Inspire 1. I have seen them fly. I have not had a chance to fly those yet. There is a huge difference in the just the perception of the drones. These are not really toys, but these are not really professional, and the Inspires are professional grade. There really is not a real good comparison between the two, although the footage that you can get from one of the smaller drones is just as good in some ways than the Inspires. But as far as my total experience with the Autel, can't beat it. I have been amazingly happy with it for the past year. Flying it in the cold, flying it in the heat. I usually don't take a lot of footage when I fly in places other than home, other than a paying job. But I'll go out just to get a look around. But I would like to take it to more places to see more things, to see how much more I can do with it. Get it into a place where there's a lot of buildings, or, you know, and all legal, of course. Just to see what the performance is, because a lot of the things that I read about the Autel, a lot of people have troubles with the connectivity of the camera and the remote. I have not had, unless I take the thing, get it out 2 miles, I don't have any problems with it, usually. If I stay right here in my garage, which is an all-metal garage, all-metal skin, I can actually get it quite a ways away, 2,500 feet or so, before I have any real issues with the camera view or the control. There have been a few times, but every time, if it does lose connection, it comes home, comes back. Haven't had any problems there. But yeah, if you're looking to get one for either a hobby or professionally, this is a great start. I'll say it was a great start for me. But with all that being said, in this 10 minutes alone, I'm going to end it here. If you have any questions, post them down in the comments below. please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you.